Look, we got to talk about this. Shedeur Sanders had a very rough performance today. 18 of 35, 177 yards, 3 interceptions, 5 sacks taken, no touchdowns, 2 carries, 24 yards, and a 31-3 loss to the Bears. Fellas, it was a nasty game.
It was nasty.
It was not a good game. How bad do you think Shedeur Sanders' performance was today?
Cleveland Browns got their guy. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, like, bro, like to have a day Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns got their guy is crazy. And it is 4th ever start. But yeah, how bad was this Shedeur Sanders in you guys' mind?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Shedeur played awful. Shedeur played awful. I'm going to give y'all objective analysis. If y'all want Shedeur fandom, go to another page. He played awful. He had 3 uncommon plays in my mind. There was a 3rd down scramble. It was 3rd and 10. He picked up 9. Kevin Stefanski should have won for it. He found Isaiah Bond for 43 yards. A beautiful pass.
Cover 2.
And then at the very end of the game, he was scrambling left, kept his eyes downfield, found Jerry Jeudy toe tap for plus 12 yards. Outside of that, Shedeur Sanders was bad. Bad. Rookie bad. And the hard part when watching it is there were so many mistakes that Shedeur wouldn't have made at the collegiate level. The pick to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, that's versus cover 3. It's high-low. You're high-lowing the curl-flat defender. Shedeur, just throw the check down to the tight end. You can't go broke taking a profit. But Shedeur Sanders was trying to hit too many home runs. Yeah. I get it. They were from behind, and he was trying to play catch-up. But the reason y'all were playing catch-up the entirety of the game is because you were trying to hit the home run far too often. Live off singles, and then eventually you'll just put some batters in. So when I'm watching the game, it was a very, very, very forgettable game. It was a rookie game. So if you want me to give true objective analysis, it was awful. If you want to couch it with some grace and couch it with some gentleness, he played like a rookie. The pick, he tried to beam a slant in there. Great play by the linebacker. The pick to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Shedeur, just throw the check down. The pick to Jalen Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, catch it. It hit you in the chest. Catch it. No more, no less.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when Shedeur throws a screen for 66 yards, he gets praised for that 66-yard completion. So when he throws a pick that hits Jerry Jeudy in the hands, you're going to get blamed for that interception. We unnecessarily praise Shedeur, and we unnecessarily criticize Shedeur. But at the end of the day, it was awful. No other way to talk about it.
That pick, we can't do that. Everything you said, I agree with, but the pick.
Jeudy got to catch it.
Jeudy got to catch
it. Put the ball in his chest.
Correct. He got to catch it.
Beautiful.
He got to catch the ball. Yeah. So, but hey, he didn't play well. He looked like a rookie. That's what rookies do. That's why I never really judge rookies, because it's so hard to be a rookie, go in there and play good every single game. He didn't play well, right? I look for him to bouncing back. And the Caleb Williams thing is Caleb looked good.
We'll get there. Don't.
No, I'm just going on both of the games, but so they look good. I think for Shedeur though, it's a matter of just stacking these games together, right? Mind you, it's not an excuse, but the guy just started. And he is a rookie. It takes time.
Yeah. Here's the tough part, right? Because y'all know me, at least Care Bear, we was talking about this. I try to really be objective with my Shedeur analysis. The first thing I'll say is this. Shedeur, you can't afford a game like that. And that's the difference. You're a 5th-round pick who many people question, does their coach even like you? Many people question, if the Browns have a top 2 draft pick, are they going to draft a quarterback? So, Shedeur, you have to exceed everybody else's doubt. You have to exceed what some people are calling hate. You have to exceed your 5th-round pick draft status, even though you're significantly more talented than a 5th-round pick. Shedeur Sanders, you don't have the luxury, unfortunately, of having a game like that. Cam Ward can have a season of games like that. Caleb Williams last year had a season of unimpressive games, though he didn't have, I don't think it's 3 interception game, no touchdowns. Maybe he did.
He had some bad games, though.
He did. But Shedeur, unfortunately, you don't have the luxury of having a game like that because you are already playing catch-up. You weren't the number 1 overall pick. Your head coach doesn't necessarily believe in you. At least he's not acting like he does. The Cleveland Browns are probably going to have a high draft pick. So, Shedeur, if you want to ensure that you are the starter next year, though it is not necessarily fair, you do not have the luxury of having a game like that. Other people do. Other people that are drafted higher, you're allowed to suck if you're a number 1 overall pick. They will make room for you. If you're a 5th round pick and your coach don't even necessarily like you, they're not looking to make room for you. So Shedeur, you unfortunately, he just doesn't have the luxury that so many other people do.
Only thing is, I just, that's not realistic though, because he is rookie. So when you say he don't have enough, I guess, opportunities to have bad, like I look at a guy like who was that that they benched, the kid from the Colts.
Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Yep.
First rounder,
Yep.
ain't look good, they benched him. And then you go to Carolina with Bryce Young.
Yep.
They look good, then they benched him. You got to give these guys some time, right? And I think Shedeur, he's so popular that they try to treat him different than other rookies. If you look at all the rookies that we can talk about, Caleb Williams, when he's a rookie, it's games where he didn't look good at all, right? But you gave him that benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Who else last year? I mean, so many other rookies that get a chance. Even when I said Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
Bryce Young was a Heisman winner.
Yeah.
He gets in the league, he don't look good,
Drake
and then then they bench him. Drake May's another one. So all these quarterbacks, when you're a rookie, it is hard as hell to go out there and play and be consistent.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. Had a bad game, but as long as he learns from it, I'm okay with it.
The thing is, Shady's right, but everything Shady just mentioned that those guys have in common, 1st round picks. And some number 1 overall picks. Bryce Young, 1st round pick. Anthony Richardson, number 4 overall pick, 1st round pick. Drake May, number 3 overall pick, 1st round pick. Like, you can suck. The only 1st round pick in recent memory who sucked and didn't get much of a chance, Josh Chosen-Rosen. That's the only one who sucked, and they're like, you know what? You're not even going to get year 2 as a starter.
Yeah, you're really bad.
Like, you're really bad.
Yeah.
But other 1st round picks, you can suck, and they'll make room for you. 5th round picks, even 3rd round picks, you don't have that opportunity.
The only pushback I have is Cleveland has been treating him the later half of the season. Well, at least I think the decision to say, hey, he's going to start the remainder of the games no matter what, which is what they came out and said. Stefanski was like, hey, he's going to start the rest of our games for the rest of the season. That, to me, is the type of commitment you make towards a guy that you want to be your franchise quarterback. So he has this stinker. If he comes out next week and he has a great one, I think all is forgiven.
It always does.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
week
And
business.
also, I mean, we said this beforehand, and I think it was kind of swept under the rug. This is the number 1 defense in the entire NFL at taking the ball away.
Correct.
That secondary takes the ball away better than any other defense in the entire league. If he did go out there and outperform Caleb like Shady predicted he would, I think we'd be having a crazier discussion, and I think it would be worthy of that discussion.
What discussion exactly?
Whether he's better than, whether he's shown up until this point to be better than Caleb. But this just wasn't going to happen.
No,
it just was not going to happen.
But to me, I'm always looking out for what I would deem as like the best opportunity for Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
And if the Browns are going to end up with the number 1 or number 2 overall pick, Shedeur, you can't do this. Because I was on the phone today talking to some individuals in the know. Deshaun Watson's already guaranteed $46 million next year. So like it or not, the Cleveland Browns are on the hook to pay a quarterback $46 million. So he's going to get an opportunity. Like it or not, there's a quarterback out of Indiana that just won a Heisman, that just beat Ohio State, that has 15-0. There's a world in which he could go, 18-0, Care Bear? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, there's a world in which he can go maybe 16 or 17-0. Like, they're going to potentially try to draft him in Mendoza. So, Shedeur, if you want to make sure you do not give this job away or let somebody else come in and take it, you're not allowed to have no touchdown, 3 interception games. It's almost like when Dak Prescott replaced Tony Romo. Like, Dak, if you want to do the unthinkable and hold on to this job, which isn't supposed to be yours, you have to be wildly impressive. Russell Wilson, if you want to hold on to this job that's supposed to be Matt Flynn's, you got to be wildly impressive. Kirk Cousins, if you want to hold on to this job that's supposed to be Robert Griffin's, you got to be wildly impressive. Brock Purdy, if you want to hold on to this job that's supposed to be Trey Lance's, you have to be wildly impressive. Shedeur Sanders, if you want to hold on to this job that's supposed to be a number 2 overall picks or number 1 overall picks or Deshaun Watson, who's making $46 million next year, you have to be wildly impressive. And 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, it's rookie. It's fair. It's just not wildly impressive.
Yeah.
And so Shedeur, you just don't have the luxury to be rookie.
Yeah. Which
isn't fair, but we've all been in that situation.
It's not fair
before.
because they don't want to commit a future to him based off of the draft position that he shouldn't have been taken in anyway. And that, to me, is my problem with it. It's, okay, well, we don't want to let this guy get an opportunity with a shortened season to be able to get first-team reps and go out there and prove himself. And whenever he does have a stinker, like every rookie does, now you're well, and I understand that's a predicament that he's in.
Here's
but
a kicker.
Like,
here's a problem, right? Because we got to get. What I love about this show is the honesty, and we all offer different perspective. If you want Shedeur more praise, you'll hear Shady. If you want Shedeur that sounds more critical, you'll hear me. If Shedeur would have started the season instead of Dylan Gabriel, you got to bench him then after this game for Dylan Gabriel. If Shedeur, the 5th round pick, starts over the 3rd round pick, after Shedeur plays a game like this, you'd have to say, well, let's look at the 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Because I think
Shedeur. If we hadn't seen Dylan.
Yeah, that's my point.
I disagree with that.
But Shady, Dylan Gabriel never played a game this bad. And we wanted Dylan Gabriel out of there.
But Dylan Gabriel never played as good as Shedeur either.
Exactly right.
Brother had 300-some yards, almost 400 yards. Did we not forget 3 touchdowns?
No, didn't forget at all.
So you can't erase that. As a rookie, you're going to have good and bad.
Correct.
So, but I'm saying every time you have a bad game, you can't like panic more than if it has a good game. You can't
agree.
Do that.
No, what I'm saying is to Care Bear's point, to everybody who's like, Shedeur should have started the season. Blessing and curse. Because now Shedeur is going to get the rest of the game. So he'll end up starting more games than Dylan. But if Shedeur would have started the season, after this game, I think Shedor's 1-3 as a starter. If this was his 4th, I think he's 1-3 as a starter, right? Or at minimum, he's 1-2. After this game, you'd have to say, dang, I think Shedeur has 2 passing touchdowns, maybe 5 interceptions as a starter. I'm not looking at the stats ahead of me, so I apologize if I'm wrong.
3 touchdowns last game.
3 touchdowns last game?
Yeah.
So like, you'd be like, oh, I want Dylan. At the end of the day, Shedeur, he has the opportunity. Got to make the most of the opportunity. And today just wasn't making the most of the opportunity. That's all.
But real quick, he played terrible today.
Yeah.
But last game he played great.
Absolutely.
That's what rookies are. So I can't grade you differently from this week to that week. It's the same, right?
What you mean?
Because you're saying that like
neither matters that much and neither matters that little.
No.
Like they're both.
Every rookie we can sit here and talk about, we watch them have great games or really good games and terrible games. That's what rookies all about. Because every game for a rookie is a new game. When I say that, like you a vet in the league, when you play the Cowboys before, it's not a new game to you, right? You play the Browns, it's not a new game. But when you're a rookie, every stadium is different. Everything is different. So you take the good with the bad. We watched him last week look phenomenal. Yeah. And this week he looked terrible. That's what rookies do. Yeah. From all the guys we talk about on there, from the Bo Nix to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had some bad games last year. Michael Penix, they all had bad games.
Terrible games this year.
I can name all them dudes that had bad games. And now they had some good games. That's what the rookie does. You keep slowly getting better. So I'm not going to critique him too much on this game. He looked terrible. Cool. Yeah. You move on from, you learn from it, go to the film room. Yeah. And next week, I'll grade him that week.
Isn't it fair, though, it has to be equal? Meaning, with the same fervor and energy we praised him last week, we have to give that same energy to critiquing him this week. Because I can't bring out a megaphone and yell when he's great and then whisper when he's not. Like, I have to do both. It's got to be megaphone for both or whispers for both.
While I disagree on that part, is because on a regular player, 2-3 year player, I grade equally like you just did. But when you're a rookie, I applaud you more when you do really, really good to compare it to when you do terrible. Because as a rookie, it's easier to play bad than to play good. Yeah. One of my hardest years I've ever had in the NFL was when I was starting as a rookie. That's the truth.
Yep. Yeah. The reason why the megaphone's out is because it's Shedeur Sanders. With any other rookie, we don't hold them to this standard, positively or negatively.
Caleb, we did.
Who did? But Caleb, even then,
you know me last year. I talk like
you want tough on him like that though.
Even
and he had some games where they would win. He'd have like 80 yards.
Yeah, it was not good.
Right.
It was not good.
My thing is though he's a rookie. Peyton Manning had some stinkers his rookie season. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna just be like, oh well, you looked great here and you showed promise. He's young. They're supposed to show promise, and then you're supposed to improve on that. I'm judging him in year 3 if he hasn't grown from that. There you go. And that's the reason why I think this entire
because Shedor's not going to be starting in year 3 in Cleveland like this. Yeah, because the head coach already isn't looking.
Well,
to start
that's the cards that he's been dealt though, and I think that's not as fair because with any other quarterback, and I understand he's taken in the 5th round. No one in here thinks he was a 5th round talent.
But see, he's
in that predicament because
here's what I hate though. Here's what I hate what you're doing, Care Bear, is this.
He hates it.
You can't play the hand you wish you had. You have to play the hand you're dealt. And too many analysts are talking about Shedeur with the hand they wish he had. Number 1 overall pick. He should have been a number 1 overall pick. Should have been a 1st round pick. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Man, Kevin Stefanski ruining him. Well, unfortunately, That's
So
his
he
coach.
has to do
So the
far
hand-
more with a less talented team than other quarterbacks
Kevin,
taking.
I don't like doing this off the time, but like what they say, you got to be twice as good to be equal. How many times
With
in
other
your
guys
life,
in his
Half
class?
as much.
how many times in your life, in my life, in Social Trade's life, in Shady's life, is it like, well, you know what? Cards might be stacked against me a little bit.
Yep.
Based upon whatever it might be, based upon race, based upon socioeconomic status, based upon religion, based upon whatever. And at the end of the day, you got to be twice as good to be equal. So I'm not going to ask of Shedeur anything that hasn't been asked of any of the black men sitting next to me.
Yeah.
With all due respect.
That's the reality of this situation.
That's the reality. And the
Yeah.
problem is, so many people are trying to ask of Shedeur lesser than what was asking them. You got to be twice as good to be equal to get the jobs you've had to get.
Yeah.
You got to be twice as good to be equal to
He's
get the
got to be
jobs you've
twice
had
as
to
good
get.
as Cam Ward with just as shitty of a team. Like
And that's what it is.
That sucks.
And
Just to get an
unfortunately-
opportunity.
And that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be twice as good to be. And in Shedeur's situation, he's probably going. He's got to be twice as good of a rookie to maintain the job next year. You're not allowed to be.
I just think he got to showcase, like, all right, because when I look at rookies, I'm not looking to go out there and have 400 yards like he had last game. I'm not looking for that, right? Just show me flashes of, okay, you're getting better. You're getting better. Okay, oh, he's getting better. Oh, bad game. Oh, he learned from that next game. He a rookie. That's what it's all about. I think next year, when you come into training camp, whatever they do with the quarterback situation, now in your second year, you ready to roll. You got a whole all season to get a little stronger. Right, because I look at his body frame, you can tell he's not really that strong. You get a whole off season in the NFL to get yourself stronger. A whole off season to get yourself right mentally with the offensive playbook.
Yeah.
So now that your second year in that training camp, oh, there's Shedeur Sanders, right? Because right now all we're gonna see is flashes of greatness, right? Damn, he has this in him. Oh, he's smart. He's this, he's that, and then you have some bad stuff. It's the next year, and any football player will tell you this. The biggest jump is from year 1 to year 2 because you know what to expect. So my thing, where I'm really going to grade Shedeur is his second year. What you look like. Right now, I just want to see flashes of good things.
But and
when you do bad, learn from that.
in your expert opinion, knowing what you know about the Browns, knowing what you know about the draft, will he get a second year starting?
I think I can't answer that question honestly because I think his head coach is against him. But I think the ownership is like, hold up, we got this kid that everybody loves, right? And he's looking good with talent. He has to start. He has to play. And next year they have a issue with the money. As bad as Deshaun Watson has played on the field, right? Real bad. He is owed like $40-something million.
Yeah.
So that's going to play a part. But I think in training camp, we will see what's going to happen. I think Shedeur Sanders will have a chance to start in training camp. And if he has a chance to start, I think he's the best quarterback in that room.
Fair.